im se svima, i malima i velikima, i bogatima i siromašnima, i slobodnjacima i robovima, dade žig na njihovu desnu ruku ili na čela njihova, te da nitko ne može ništa kupiti ili prodati, osim onoga ko ima žig ili ime zvijeri ili broj imena njezina.
Pozdrav dragi narode, dobrodošli u još jednu epizodu Slobodni. Danas mi je gost jedna vrlo interesantna osoba. Ako bi mogao reći jednom riječju tko je, reći ću, to je prorok. Gospodin dolazi iz Brazila i upravo je poznat po tome da proriče budućnost. Ali na način da ga ozbiljni ljudi slušaju. Predsjednici država, premijeri, uzimaju ozbiljno njegove predikcije. Zato mi je izuzetna čast ga predstaviti hrvatskoj publici, iako mnogi u Hrvatskoj već znaju za njega. Njegovo ime je Jucelino Nobrega da Luz i dolazi iz Brazila. Hello Jucelino, welcome to our show in Croatia.
Oh, thank you so much for the invitement, and I may appreciate that.
If anybody asks you who is Jucelino, what would you say?
Well, Jucelino is a humble guy that is in the world trying to help in such a way with the gifts I had received when I was a little boy, 9 years old, and then I'm trying to do my best for the society and also for the people over the world.
Yes, and your gift you're giving to the world, and people is taking very seriously. What is your experience with this? You usually sending messages, emails, and make warnings to very powerful people.
Yes, since I was 9 years old, I started with this, telling messages, spiritual messages. I transform it in letters, where I send it to authorities, governors, and common people. 85% is for common people, and the rest is for the authorities and also things that possibly will help in the war. And I gave this advice to try to minimize or to help people and not to have these problems with.
When you have your predictions and it doesn't happen, is that means that people that receive your message done something to prevent it?
Yes, many things. Yeah, I think there's possibility for people to take some step to avoid, and also to have the goodness in life. And something is changed. We have to understand there is situation that is natural that I cannot control by myself, but some mechanical situation that people can transform it and to goodness, and this is for me very important. When something not happening is because some people took in their life some actions to avoid it.
That means not everything is not just fate. There is a free choice. What is the difference between fate and free choice?
The one fate that we have is our when we born and then we die. This is our fate. Other thing is free will.
That means free will, that we can decide about our future, especially if we are people in the power.
Yeah, we can have some sensibility to decide our future in some path you take. There is two ways only, the right and the left way that you can go. And it depends on your attitudes and actions. If you have a good attitudes and action, you can have a good life in this planet. It's all depend of us.
That's very good news. I know that people in the power, especially the one who have a biggest power in our planet, use people like yourself with the special gifts as advisors. What is your experience with that?
Well, this is important to understand. We can give people advice and to transform the life, to transform our things, and to help others. Yeah, depend of intentions of each people. To you, then can you transform them to the things that they have in life? Also, it's dependent of the listening also for the people. When they hear you and they take steps to avoid or to transform the life, they can do it. I think it's many people like it to receive some advice because sometimes they misunderstand, sometimes with the problem they cannot solve by themselves. And it is one way that they can be safe for that.
According to your experience, do you receive confirmation that people took seriously your predictions and then done something about it? That means that your advice helped to avoid some, maybe even disasters.
Yes, a lot of them, you know. So I receive the information. I have this the evidence, but of course, I don't show people to use it to my favor. You know, of course, there is a lot of people involved in this situation since I started 9 years old. That he has answered, visited me, thanks me a lot about the things I predicted to them and gave the information for them in advance, and they solved the problem in good situation. The solution was good. This is for me, I am very happy with that.
I know that you are not taking this as for your fame and that you're sharing this with this gift with the world. But is there any chance that you can share some of your examples or experiences? What was the last one prediction that people took seriously and prevented?
Well, one of them is Marburg virus. Marburg virus was one example. I sent a letter for many governors. They answered me. Also, the authorities of East Africa and others answered me back that they took some steps to avoid. And also, I don't say avoid, but to minimize the problem because the problem continues in Africa. And they took steps and also according to this Marburg, Ebola, and they are doing the good work to a great one to solve that. And of course, this is not happening in this moment. I think that's a good thing I have done, and also they decide by themselves to take steps to avoid that, and also to this outbreak not come yet.
You want to say that outbreak of Ebola could come in Western world again? That means Europe, and we avoid it.
Yeah, yes, in this moment, yes, because European people also contribute with myself, a lot of them, to spread the letters that was telling about Marburg and also about Ebola. And they had took some steps to do some good things to stop it. I am very happy with that.
What do you say when these people in the power who knows for you for a long time, they are taking you seriously, but wider people are more skeptic? What is your opinion about this?
This is normal, you know. I don't ask people to believe or not. I ask people to protect themselves. What I'm doing is my proposal is to transform people's life and to goodness, to be happy, to make it. I don't have any. I have skeptic people that follow my work. I have people that believe in my work. For me, I don't care about which side they are. For me, my proposal is to help them all, you know. So that's why I don't care about if people is scared, skeptics, or if people are not skeptics, they are believe of these things I tell. But for me, I do my work with love. This is important.
Yes, for sure, my audience would like to hear important things, but we will come to this later. In the later part of this show, we will discuss about the future. But before that, I would like to discuss what is your view on spirituality? Because you see predictions. That means involvement in our world is from outside, very strong. How you can define spirituality in this?
Spirituality is very important for people to create some obstacle for the bad things. It's open for people to learn, is practice to get all the miracles, and also to prepare themselves for evolution. This is spirituality. The real spirituality is with no discrimination, with no bad things that it makes people to grow in their faith. This is spirituality real to get by our life. And then with it, we can learn a lot of things to develop ourselves and prepare our soul to this evolution that we have to do.
What do you mean by evolution? How and where we need to evaluate?
Yes, first is love one another. Yes, is to respect one another, to live in peace in this planet. I can love you without you know, and I can love you to not asking you to love me, but giving you opportunity to be one good person in life. You know, this is to everyone. And this is a connection of spirituality that makes us prepare ourselves to our evolution. Evolution means the life will be not end up in this place. We continue.
But anyhow, it seems to that we are not succeeding to evaluate because everybody wants to have a peace, but we are not succeeding in this peace. What do you think? What is the reason?
The reason is because we are living in a world that is the ego, the power, the greed, the jealousy is inside our heart. This is a negative point that we feed in our mind. We needed to stop with that and understand that we are nothing here. The house you have here is just to rent the payment you have to stay. So we needed to understand the more situation to our growth.
That means we need to think that this world is not the only one world that is existing, and we need to take care of this world for continuously for the evolution in the future, but a long-lasting future.
Yes, we need also first to valorize ourselves, to have the self-esteem, to have a self-valorization, to understand better our life here. That is one reason, and this reason is a miracle in our life. That's why we needed to open our sight to the beautiful things that we have received here from this heightness that we call God, to know that these energies can fulfill our heart and also give us and lead us to the paradise.
What is, according your view, connection between spirituality and religion?
Listen to me. This is important to know. Spirituality is one preparation for ourselves to our evolution. The Christianity is one way that you can choose for this last part.
That means that for sure each religion who is saying that there is a life after death have the same way to come to this after they die. Doesn't depend which religion they are, just it's important that their soul is ready for it.
We needed to prepare for that. That's many people here don't worry about, but they must care about, because we needed to prepare our body to this evolution, to get this beautiful place that everyone would like to be there.
If anybody asks you how to prepare, what would be the first, for example, most important steps to do?
The most important things to do goodness to others. Practice. If you don't know how, practice it, and you can get it there.
Okay, let's go back to your prophecies, because this is something for sure that people are interested in. When you see these things that will happen, and if, for example, if you see some kind of possible disasters, how you can split your responsibility to share this message, and the same way not to spread fear among the people?
Yes. Along the years, I had to learn how to do it first. My prophecy is not for people to be scared, and not to be causing panic in people, because this is not my intention. It's not everything that you hear that is negative that can be negative forever. You can transform that negativity to a positive way. It depends on the people when they are reading and listening. what I do by myself, I try to find some very sweet words to give it to people and not to choke them, but give them one opportunity to prepare themselves for the future. This is the way I do. I have done also for a long, long while in my life, preparing letters according to the situation, even its negative point, I can transform it for a positive way. This is my way to work. This is one framework that I create by myself to take it to people, to lead it to people in the way that they cannot be scared. They cannot be in panic about the negative that is written inside the letter, but for the preparation negative that can transform the life of them to positive.
Is there any way that, for example, if there is some natural catastrophe in front of us, is there any way that we can avoid it? Is there any way that we can work together on a spiritual level to avoid some kind of catastrophes?
Of course, through the play and through your faith and the positive energy that can come in one transformation for the catastrophe. But of course, others are not possible to transform. But this one, we can minimize it, not to be people suffering, or be hurting about this situation. And this is possible, we transform it. It's dependent, the interpretation of each people when they receive that message and they take some steps in the right position to the situation be minimized.
That means, for example, if you see that some kind of huge earthquake will happen, that people can really minimize, and that can be much lower level of earthquake and doesn't happen danger destruction. Is this good example?
Yes. Oh, I have one example for you, for example. For instance, I had the Indonesia government, I sent letters to them, and there was one earthquake that would happen in 2007 in a certain place that is written in the letter, all the contents. And this government prepared the people inside this place, in this city, where the earthquake would happen. And this earthquake happened, but no one was injured, So I think for me was negative, the information that I spread to them, but they took steps to avoid, and no one was hurt. No one was injured, So for me, it was one good example that there is possibility is a natural event, like an earthquake is a natural event, that you can have some steps together and avoid it and minimize the problem.
Then we now coming to important questions. What is in front of us? In present moment, we listening all the time that it's a huge war between big powers. From one side, they are saying that this power, it's Russia, China, from the other side, United States, and other Western countries who are members of NATO. Can you tell us what is your prediction? But if you can give us not your prediction as a man, as somebody who has a connection with a higher spirit.
Well, all the war is good for nothing. There is no learning in the war. There is no teaching in the war. There is no... the war is a place where you put young people that they don't know each other. They love one another, but they have to fight. This is the reason that someone behind themselves, some old people that has wisdom, make them to destroy themselves. This is not very good because they are human beings, must be respected. And I have written predictions about the war of Russia and Ukraine. And this is more, I'm sorry to say, but this is for me, is more ego, power, and greed. That turn people to this not good moment because they are the same. If you see, Ukrainian people are good people and Russian people are good people. So that is a very, very problematic, and also there is no reason for this war. I think the best way to stop with this, because this cannot be good for the world, the entire world cannot be managed by the one decision of one people or one leadership or two leaderships. Yeah, that is create some problem for the world. I think I respect Putin, I respect Levensky, but I think it is not the way to solve this problem. It's not the way to solve with war. Destroying young people, killing them, killing family. Besides you kill young people, you kill the family. Because the family suffer about the children that is dying. I think the best way, one a good conversation between, and also solve this problem in this situation for the peace. I am a defender of the peace.
I agree with you completely, but doesn't happen. This peace still didn't happen, and we are talking about this already 3 years. Are we going to succeed to make this peace, or this war will spread all around and became maybe even bigger war than it is right now?
Yeah, someone is putting wood in this fight. That's why they continue this war, because someone behind is putting some fight for this continue and also destroy the young people and also all the people from there. I think the most important, will be stopping, of course. You take a little bit longer because there is no conversation, good conversation. There is interpreters that it was between trying to make this war stop it. But besides this stopping, there is behind this door someone that would like to create more war. You see the situation, recent situation in Poland, yes, that is some ampliance was on the air invading the places. Was not Russia that did that, So this is someone else that would like the war start out, but start off. I think this is not a good idea, and also we're going to have some agreement in the future to stop all.
Someone is behind, you said, who wants to build up a war. Who is this?
This is bad people.
It's it's an answer that anybody can take and decide who is the bad one. Do we have really something more concrete?
Yes, I tell you that is someone that provoked the war. All the wars that you can see in the world was provoked for someone else. Someone that is behind that has some interests to people destroy one another, and they have a profits.
You want to say that behind this is standing a military-industrial complex who wants to earn money on this war, and that's why this war is still lasting?
Since we started the war in the world, until now is the same condition.
Okay, just tell us, please. Can we be optimistic about future and about wars, or we have a really now serious reason to be more concerned about future?
Listen to me. I am optimistic. I'm a positive guy. I don't know behind, but I don't have enemies. I don't create enemies because I did nothing to people, nothing wrong to people. I just make friends in all the place I have been working. I have done only friends. If I have some enemies behind, I pray for them all the time. So for my optimistic way to live is because I believe in God. It's because some spiritual condition gave me an opportunity to say, we are in the wonderful place, a wonderful world, and there is someone else that did this, have done this to us. Because it's a miracle if you see the universe. But the problem is created in this aspect now, is created by the human being, We have two sides. It's capture people that say that don't believe in the climate changes, and there is some people that create and they believe in climate change. For example, I believe in climate change because I know in my future life, I know the situation is not very good, but I try to advise people that there is chance to change this. We are in the century that is a possibility to change everything for our descendants. And also, we can make this planet one paradise. We need some administration in the world that not explore people, but give people work, give happiness, and give a good condition for them to live. We have this condition to this planet.
What your prophecy says about economic future, some analysts, and I had some of them as my guests, also said that our economic future, short-term future, I'm not telling about 10, 15 years, I'm telling next 2-3 years. Can we expect some kind of huge economic crisis, not a regular crisis? We see this and these things are changing, but I'm talking about general economic crisis in the whole world.
And regarding to this, I think that we have a huge economic problems situation in 3 years. Of course, this will be changed, of course, but it depends of our administrative condition all over the world. We are fighting against one another. People must unite together. And the governor's administrative condition also must be together to solve this big problem created by some bad administration. So it's easy to solve, depend of themselves.
That means we need to prepare ourselves for an economic crisis and for some kind of poverty in the world, because we still know that major part of the world needs to be developed. And in case of crisis, of course, always first suffers the poorest one.
Yes. Listen, we needed some reward to transform this. We need more work, more stimulation, because our future is electronic coin system, and there will be not more currency money. We just have in the electronic currency. So this is one possibility that this development, AI, IA, if you prefer to say, will be the big point of our development in the world. Of course, 70% is at our favor, positive, and the 30% is not positive to us. But even so, is one thing that will be happy in the world, that he can create different things for our future economically, and also for the countries, if they join together in some aspect.
Is that means that you are also expecting that our future very close will be central bank digital currencies, and we will stay out of the cash system? We will have everything, as you said, currency, not currency anymore. It will be digital.
Digital only. Yes, we are running already for that. They are preparing. Of course, it's not disclosing out this situation for the people, but every currency will be electronic.
Does this mean that everything will be controlled by the central banks?
All will be controlled by some system that they created for that. They are in programming. They are preparing to ourselves. And this I can consider in such parts that is good, the others is negative.
What is good in this?
Good in this is because they can control all this system very fast by the system of computers, and also can see the problems that is happening all over the world very fast. And the other situation, the aspect of negative, is that they will control your life. There's no people like that.
Okay, that means your prophecy is that finally they will succeed. They will build up new world order, and in this new world order they will control everybody and everything.
They will control the system of economy by this situation. But that is impossible to control people, individually, because this is not an aspect for this intention of themselves. It's just to control economy and how much you spend, how much you earn. This is possible by the electronic coin system.
I'm expecting that some people will reject and they will not accept this kind of control. Do you think that this rejection can bring us in some kind of conflicts, maybe even wider conflicts, for example, civil wars or something like this?
Oh, listen to me. How many countries control COVID-19 and tell no? And told no?
Well, depends where.
If you tell about there's a similar situation, when they want you to be controlled, people, they arrange some way to you be with the fear, scared, and they can have this. Administration has some points that they can manage all the things. Look back to the COVID-19 system that all the countries were doing the same situation and people were afraid. People were scared, and they allow it to that to happen anyway.
Do you think that they can bring us in some kind of civil conflicts? I see now possibility in Europe. I'm asking about Europe now. We have possible conflicts because there is a lot of migration and different cultures. And it seems that there is a big tension between domestic people from Europe and migrations. Can we expect some kind of conflicts in this way?
Unfortunately, there's a possibility to come out because all the countries are facing some difficulties because this aspect is very complex to understand. People go to other countries. Many people don't understand, but you can. I think all the audience of yours can understand. People, when they come from Africa, Asia, Orient or West countries, or to immigrate to other countries, it's not because they want to do that. It's because they needed to do that because they are hungry. They don't have work. They don't have a good governance. Or people that understand themselves, no? Or governors that can understand themselves and their difficulties. And so they have to immigrate to other countries. They have no other solution to. That's why this is administrative point, that also can create problems for Europa. And Europa can be with civil conflicts because of that, because people that live in a country like, for example, Croatia, they have it to work, they have it to have a good life, they have it to be understanding all the situation. They're full of people come and immigrate to your country, cause a problem everywhere.
Do you think that European Union as a union state will survive?
Not too long, not too much long. No longer, because listen to me, there is some problems inside. I'm just telling you, I'm not against anyone. I'm giving you my spiritual opinion because I received some message about that. It's not, I would like to tell some points. It's not, I like it that happen in such a way, but unfortunately, sometimes it comes to real. In this situation also, we have a lot of problems facing the European Union system that must be changed to be very good to all the countries, not for some countries.
What will happen with the European countries? Is there maybe possibility that some country will disappear or completely changed and will not be anymore like before?
Of course, this will happen because changes is coming. The first one is a political situation and also people situation. A lot of people facing some difficulties. There is no more a lot of workless, a lot of companies that is closing the door because the situation. And people, administration with the only tax income, and forcing some companies to close the doors. There is no stimulation for these people. That is important, these companies to be with the stimulation to create more jobs, to give opportunity to people. This is not happening. frequently in the Europe in this situation is having now causing some conflict and some difference between among all the countries involved. And this is a problematic situation and cause deficit for the economy. It's like in Brazil, for example, this situation now we are living, difficulties all the time, tax income all the time. This is a problem for all the world.
Which country you think is in the biggest danger in Europe?
Well, Europe, for example, I think it is this situation now in Europe, this conflict, the things that happen. I don't know your question if it is environment causes or natural causes. I say, or something linked to the economy, linked to the problems is administration problems.
Let's first ask concerning economy, which country is in the biggest danger in Europe?
Yes, we have 4 in this situation now is running.
Which one?
First of all, first of them is, I'm sorry to say, but first of them is Germany.
Then
Yes. France.
In the future, economy problems will be happening with Germany, France, Spain, and Serbia. Unfortunately, those countries will be facing a big problem with the economic situation.
we said economy. What about society? Is there the biggest threat for any country concerning society? For example, civil war or something like this?
Yes, there is a possibility. Of course, we don't like this. When I say Croatia, I love the Croatian people. I'm not telling for this. I would like to tell for them. But the situation is running in the world for not only this country. There are a lot of them involved, and with the problems like Bulgaria that is coming to the European Union with the euro. There is some projections that will be not very good for them. Of course, there is a problematic situation that involves all the countries. And this is one situation that I would like not to tell people, of course, because it's negative points. But in our South American, Central American, North America also is with a big problem.
I'll come to America a little bit later. Just one important question. Do you think that euro as a currency will survive?
Not to be in the long term, there is some differences that is running inside because euro, that's why England go outside and not accept the euro inside the England or Great Britain, So that's why people are interested to escape from that because there is some conflicts inside and some situation of administrative condition that will lead the euro for out.
What about Great Britain and Northern Ireland, exactly United Kingdom, Northern Ireland? What about them?
The situation now is not very good.
I see that, but what are your prophecies for them?
Well, a lot of changes in the future, like I say about environment condition that will spread. A lot of it, unfortunately, the impacts about environment that will create. Economy also will be causing some manifestation, some demonstration, and also problematic inside, and a lot of change in the kingdom.
Let me ask you about United States. What will happen with their economy?
Is they also even Donald Trump trying to keep the economy very good, but he's not running very good, and some companies will bankrupt. A lot of banks that will be closing. We have no good situation for this. It opened the door for China to be the first economy of the world in 2028.
Interesting. what do you think? Is there any chance for civil war? Because we have a huge separation in the United States and big tension between two parties. Do you expect any kind of civil conflict?
Civil war now, it's not impossible now. I think at 2034 up.
Okay. Okay, we now know that China will be the biggest economy. Is there any place in the world which is safe to avoid all this crisis, what we spoke now?
There is no place to go. No. Listen to me. There is less problem. We have countries that has less problems, and others that we can face a lot of problematic situation. But there is no totally safe place where you can go and say, "Oh, I'm in a good place."
This is not really optimistic, but I understand. We need to talk now about the future of our planet. You said that there is a big, we can say, danger for our planet in the future. What is the reason of this danger? Climate changes or influence of man or some kind of influence from outside, for example, sun changes, anything like this?
We have all them together, entire way. Because situation of the floods all over the world is a problematic for the disappearance. When we have a melting, we have a lot of problematic things happening all over the world that will cause these floods in some areas. Islands will be facing, all the islands will be faced first, and then the countries. The cost of the cost of this will be very high for people because the sea level will be higher. We have other problems that is the devastation of forests. We have water. This is pollution. We have water, lacking of oxygen. We are cutting this possibility when the planet start to be warm, that's normal. And no one is doing anything to stop this or minimize this problem. I see people telling one another meeting, and no solution for the problems indeed. And in this characteristic, I'm opposite of Donald Trump when he say there is no climate change. This situation, I'm opposite of Donald Trump because it's clear, it's real that we have a climate change.
He didn't say that it's not happening, climate change. He just said that man, it's not the most important factor in this. And you said just that everything coming together, that means influence from outside, changing in the planet, and also influence from the man, from the people's activity. Who has the biggest impact on these climate changes?
Listen to me. We have an exploration of minerals all over the world. This is not organized. This is not you take minerals from this, but there from there. This involves our planet. We have this exploration of the forest all over the world. There is no control. No one goes there to plant one tree or 3 trees, even young. They don't plant it. This is influence. Pollution is all over the world. No one cares about it. And just to make it the thing is like that. Is this part of this guilt belongs to human being because inconsciently or consciently they destroy. We are a hunter.
That means our environment is in danger because of our activities, and our climate is in danger because of human activities, and altogether with the other natural activities like sun or other changes in climate, regularly natural, what happening during the centuries. Did I explain it well?
Sorry, but I'm sorry to cut you.
No problem.
I'll tell you this story. 60% is responsibility of human being, and 40% is natural things. This is happening. This is the real concrete things.
Okay. I would like to spend a few minutes also about your power to heal people. You are a healer and you're helping lots of people. Can you tell us about this?
Yes, with me, more than 5 million people come, and 60% of them had some solution in life. 40% I don't know the reason why, and some of them don't follow what we have told to them. My goals is to help people. We have one frequency of our psychophysical situation that created most of the diseases in our planet, and 1% can create by the genetic situation. What I do, I work. I got some gift from that, and I try to make these people to understand with the explanation, with the help, and also energy that I receive to give to them to transform the life of negative points to positive and get some miracle, because the blessing of this transforming miracle, and some people get healed, and others starting to try again because some of them are stumble, others don't listen very well what we have told them, but we give our heart to them and make all the best for them, transform the life and have a good life for the spirituality condition.
What these doctors, official medicine, saying about your work?
I don't say nothing against the doctors because I respect themselves. But our science, we must understand there is some limit, because you make research, you make other things. Yes, there is some limit that they cannot solve. And that's why I come in this point up to give people opportunity to take by their choice. It's not my choice, it's their choice to come and also try others optional condition that the word and the spirituality give to them, But I'm not against the scientists and also not against the doctors. I don't say people don't go to the doctor. I don't say people don't follow the prescription of your doctor. Otherwise, I always tell, follow the prescription of your doctor, because this doctor is very important to you. I never had the conflict or some difference with the doctor because I respect them.
That means if they can't find a solution or solve the problem, they come to you.
Many people come to me because they looking for the doctors. Of course, as I told you before, the doctor has one limit of their understanding. Of course, they are not guilty about this because they studied a lot, of course. But there is some limitation, And when come to me, it's different situation, spirituality. I'm not telling the conventional medicine is not very good. Of course it is. But it's necessary when people don't feel all the way, that there is no other chance for them, they come to me. I try to do my best for
them. Well, you are the one who sent messages before last pandemic, and you informed our head of the states that this pandemic will start. And also on the beginning of this show, you said that we avoid next pandemic, Marburg, because they listened to you and they have done what was necessary to stop the spread, breakthrough, as you said. Did we have any danger do we have any danger in the future for a new pandemic in a close period?
Yes. Let's just to complete some points important before when you told about doctors. I was last year a propaganda man for the big hospital in Brazil about the cancer. So my relationship with the doctors are very good, and I do in my life. I have done many workers for the doctors, institutions, and companies. Tell about cancer, tell about the other things. I had done the most important thing with this association of the doctors in Brazil to sometimes tell people, go to the doctor, look at you can have one chance when you discover the problem before, So this is one thing that I would like to share with you and your audience, that I'm doing good job for the people. And other way, in this aspect regarding your question, yes, I had to change mind with the Dr. Lee, the doctor that was responsible for the COVID in China. I talked with him and advised him and sent one letter to him about the situation of COVID-19. He was, unfortunately, he had problems and died about this spreading of one lacking that's happening in the hospital that causes this virus spread all over the world. We have just some challenge for the future. For example, one is, again, Marburg. We have the Nipah virus. We have the P-box. We have this P-box that will come. We have a lot of problems in the world to face because of climate change. And also, this kind of virus that is spreading very fast. And also in Europe, for example, maybe you don't know, audience don't know, but Europe, with this, the warming of the planet, we have a dengue in Europe that will be spreading in Europe. All Europe will have dengue. And this Zika virus, others, chikungunya is the name of one, will spread to Europe also. That's why I'm worried about when the environment is changing, happening. Problems to the planet will come very soon, and we have problems until 2043 that we cannot ignore this, because this is very special for people to understand that this climate change will be changing our life here, and our descendants is in risk.
Tell me one very important thing. Is it true that these mRNA vaccines, what they implemented during pandemic, was really bioweapon and is really danger in the future who took this vaccine?
Oh my God. This is for me one that's important to know. I will explain some words to your audience and also to the program understand. I am not against vaccination. Listen to me. I'm not against vaccination, but vaccine must be studied for at least 8 and 10 years to be very safe for the people, So each kind of vaccination that has no steps like that for you consider safe for the people to use it and to have it, it's not very good. And also, there is very steps different one that can run risk for the human being situation. This is the way.
Yes, I understand. Just one more thing for the end, and this is important for Zagreb. Is it true that you profited that will be a big earthquake in Zagreb in 2027?
Well, listen to me. Zagreb is a place where the ring fire is very close. It's a part of it. So it's difficult not to have an earthquake there. Of course, it can take a little bit small, some low condition or not. But I predict, yes, one earthquake that can happen in that time. I am sorry to tell people because I had predicted some before and they didn't happen. In Croatia, I sent letters to the governors a long time ago, and these predictions has come to real, and so I sent it again letters to the authorities. Of course, inside my heart, I would like not to happen. Listen, this is because I am a positive guy and also optimistic and would like to change this, but unfortunately, this is one of my prophecy.
You are coming very close to Croatia very soon. Next month, it's October. You will be in Slovenia, and whoever wants to see you can come and connect with you and listen to your to your presentation there.
Yeah. I will be back again because I had many times in Croatia. I had this experience that I had. Croatian for me is a very, there is some very greetings inside my heart and some good memories inside because from there that I have written the letter for the next Pope. That was Francisco happening. And I have written from Croatia and sent the letter for the Pope Francisco and John Paul II. You know, this is they were friends, close. Not I was with them for two. For example, Pope Francisco, I had been with him 3 times, and John Paul was a friend of myself because I met him in Brazil and also sent the letter for him when he was shot. You remember that, and. I was make one advertise for him about that, not against people, but just to try to save his life, because this is important for us to understand. I'm not the enemy of any people, but I try to do my best for. And I will be back to Croatia because I love the Croatian people. I would like to see everyone in goodness. Inside my spirituality, I wish the best for them, and also people that come to me, I open my heart for them to treat them very well with spirituality, with energy emanating, or giving them some counselings or some advice that was very important to them to receive, and I try to do my best.
Mr. Jucelino, thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your purpose and your gift that you are sharing with the audience, with the people for the benefit of the world. And I hope I see you when you come close to Zagreb.
Oh, welcome. And I thank you so much for this moment, and I appreciate it too much. And thank you and your service here that you're doing for the Croatia people. That is very important. You continue your work. I respect it too much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All the best.
Evo, dragi narode, danas vrlo neobičan gost, puno različitiji nego do sada. I ovo sve što ste danas čuli, možete se na neki način i sami uvjeriti. Gospodin ima svoju web stranicu i svaki mjesec stavlja predviđanja za idući mjesec. Pogledajte prethodna predviđanja i provjerite koliko se od toga stvarno dogodilo. Kao što je sam gospodin rekao, dakle, predviđanja se i ne moraju dogoditi, zato i služe kao upozorenja da se možda neke tragične situacije ispriječe. Ono što je jasno jeste da ga shvaćaju vrlo ozbiljno ljudi koji su u moći, a valjda znaju da postoji razlog za to i stoga njegova upozorenja prihvaćaju i čine korake kako bi eventualno umanjili štetu ako je šteta predviđena. Naime, mnogi od vas će biti vrlo skeptični i možda neće ni pogledati ovu emisiju do kraja, što je u redu. Svaki ima izbor kako da se odnese prema ovakvim fenomenima, a neki će možda biti i u strahu jer ono što su čuli im se neće svidjeti. Možda će u to u potpunosti povjerovati, ali nemojte zaboraviti da je sam gospodin rekao da njegova moć tu služi kako bi upozorila, a da mi kao pojedinci, ih pogotovo kao grupa, imamo moć da ispravimo mnoge stvari, da na njih utičemo, da sudbina nije zapečačena i da je slobodna volja tu. Stoga na nama je, na slobodnoj volji, da učinimo što možemo kako bi spriječili eventualne negativne prognoze ili proročanstva. Mnogi od vas koji ste vrlo bliski religiji, koji čitate i Bibliju i druge svete knjige, znate da u njima stoji jako puno proročanstava i da mnogi od njih, vas mnogi, i predviđate da se upravo sada živimo u posljednjim vremenima i da će se ta proročanstva ostvariti. Stoga, nakon ove emisije imate puno toga za razmisliti i puno toga za analizirati i provjeriti i na kraju odlučiti što ćete s ovim. Moj motiv da dovedem gospodina je upravo ono što je do sada, što sam primijetio, vidio i što znam. I želio bih podijeliti i s vama to što ja vidim, ne na koji način ja to vidim, nego zbog čega vidim malo drugačije nego što možda mnogi ljudi vide. Dakle, gospodin koji je došao, koji je bio današnji moj gost i otvorio te vidike, a kao što sam već rekao, na vama je da odlučite što ćete s tim. U svakom slučaju, slobodna volja je tu, na nama je da odlučimo, a svi mi koji živimo na ovom zemlji, vjerovali da postoji nešto poslije ovog života i ne vjerovali, nema veze s tim što ćemo mi učiniti danas. Ono što mi trebamo učiniti jeste učiniti dobro. Kogod vjerovao ili ne vjeruje u život poslije života, zna, bez obzira na sve, razlikovati dobro od zla. I na nama je da odlučimo hoćemo li biti dobri ljudi, dobri prema drugima, ili nas neće biti briga za nikoga. Nadam se da vam se svidjela današnja neobična emisija, moj gost, i uskoro se vidimo u idućoj epizodi Slobodnog.
Nitko vas neće natjerati da se poklonite zvijeri, učinit ćete to svoje voljno, odbacujući vjeru. Bićete laka meta za zvijeri, jer se niste podredili vjeri. Ako se ne podredite vjeri, podredit ćete se zvijeri. Toliko ćete se suobličiti sa ovim svijetom, da nećete ni prepoznati da ste u zabludi. Biće to najveća demonska prevara ikada i pravedno zaslužena osuda nad nepokajanim grešnicima.
Gdje su svi oni koji su